Welcome to the call, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark. I've been working online full-time for 15 years. I've been involved in crypto for just about the entire time. It has absolutely changed my life. It has given me the ability to do some amazing things, travel around the world, do some things for my family, and be able to share some life-changing information with others, just like I'm about to share with you right now. So I'd like to welcome all of you to Origin LGNS. It's an innovative Web3 node staking platform. This innovative technology, ladies and gentlemen, puts you and I in the financial driver's seat so you and I can achieve financial wellness for our families. Now, in this community, we uphold the highest standards of privacy and integrity, extending invitations only to those who align with our values, our vision for lasting financial success. If you are a positive, proactive person, ladies and gentlemen, willing to go to the next level and you're open minded, you're absolutely in the right place. So, we're going to talk to you about a concept called staking. First thing I want you to know is staking is not new. It has been around as long as cryptocurrency has been around. Perhaps you're familiar with a company called Coinbase. They're sort of like a crypto bank. Well, you can stake with them right now. The only problem is you're dealing with a middleman and they're going to take a portion of the proceeds. One of the things we want to do is go direct to the source, ladies and gentlemen, so we can have the maximum benefit. I want to start this overview by playing a short 20-second video created by Coinbase to give you an idea of what staking is all about. Let's watch this video.
Did you know eligible Coinbase users can earn rewards by staking eligible assets? Staking is a process by which asset holders can earn rewards by helping verify transactions on a blockchain such as Ethereum, Solana, or Tezos. Rewards vary and are determined by the blockchain protocol, minus a Coinbase fee. Learn more about the benefits of staking on coinbase.com/earn. Start staking your eligible assets and earn rewards today.
I noticed in that video they said eligible accounts or eligible people can do it. That's because it's centralized. They control everything. We deal with that all the time. When you want to send money to someone, they're telling you how much money you can send and all these things, they're controlling it. We want to be in a decentralized platform where we have maximum control, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of the benefits of what you're going to hear about right now. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So over the next few minutes, tonight, you're going to learn about the power of technology to change our lives. You're going to learn how this technology can give you the ability to supplement your income without recruiting, without selling, and without trading. You're also going to learn how you can literally match your weekly paycheck through this platform without taking a second job. We're also going to show you how to accumulate 6 figures or more for a down payment on a new home or to accomplish any goal that you may have. All this, ladies and gentlemen, without talking to anyone. Now, the information provided here is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Participation in this crypto staking protocol involves risk. Cryptocurrency values can be volatile, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Staking rewards are not guaranteed and are subject to change based on network conditions, protocol parameters, and market fluctuations. This protocol does not constitute investment, financial, tax, or legal advice. We are not financial advisors. Users should conduct their own research and consult with a qualified advisor before participating. This protocol operates using smart contracts, which may carry technical risks. By using this service, you acknowledge that you understand and accept these risks. You are solely responsible for your funds and decisions. The developers and participants of this protocol are not liable for any losses, damages, or adverse outcomes resulting from use of this protocol. Participation is strictly by invitation only, and posting on social media is discouraged. As always, ladies and gentlemen, use caution and only stake what you can afford to lose. With that said, let's get right into it. So I want to talk with you about the new financial system, ladies and gentlemen. New financial system was brought about because of cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, fiat currency, fiat money like the US dollar, can be produced at will by the federal government. And that's exactly what they have been doing. The problem with that is that when they print more, it doesn't cost them anything, but it costs us a lot because it devalues the money that we work for every day and that the money that we save, ladies and gentlemen. But with cryptocurrency, it's produced in limited quantities. Therefore, the more that people use it, it drives the value up. That's why the value of one Bitcoin is over $100,000, ladies and gentlemen, supply and demand. Now, the thing is that most people don't understand cryptocurrency. And more importantly, They don't own any. So they're missing out on the largest wealth transfer in the history of the world because Bitcoin specifically is the most profitable asset in the history of the world. Facts, you got to check it out. But right now, we want to talk to you about staking so you can earn some residual income day and night while you sleep. But there are 5 terms that you need to become familiar with if you don't know anything about this. We're going to talk about staking. We're going to define what is a node. You're going to understand decentralized finance and a decentralized autonomous organization, better known as a DAO. We're also going to talk about smart contracts. Let's get into it. So, what is staking? Imagine that you have some money, and instead of letting it sit in your wallet doing nothing, you put it in a type of a savings account, sort of like the bank, that rewards you with interest. Only thing, we're not talking about the bank at all. Staking works similar to this when you're dealing with cryptocurrencies. So, how does staking work? Well, first, you're going to deposit crypto. Your crypto will help secure a particular network. The blockchain network uses your crypto to validate transactions and to keep everything running smoothly. You get rewards in return for staking. The network rewards you and I with more cryptocurrency, just like earning interest in a bank. So, how do you make money from staking? You might be asking. Well, you earn new coins. The network regularly pays you a percentage of your staked crypto as a reward, and then there is compound growth. Your deposits grow even more over time, and there's price growth. If the value of the cryptocurrency increases, your stake assets and rewards also become more valuable. In a nutshell, staking is a great way to earn extra money with your crypto while you do nothing. It's like a magic piggy bank that gives you more coins just for keeping them inside, but you always have access to your money 24/7. You can withdraw a part of it or all of it at any time. There is no lockdown period. It'll be in your wallet within seconds. So, what is a node? Well, when people send crypto to each other, they usually pay small fees. Nodes and validators are used to process these transactions. And guess what? You and I can own them and therefore get a piece of those fees. So, we're talking about staking rewards, which is known as proof of stake networks. In some cryptocurrencies, you can stake or deposit your crypto by running a node. In exchange, you get a share of the network's reward, kind of like earning interest. And we do this through what is known as Web3. You have to download a specific wallet, such as MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Token Pocket, or SafePal. That wallet connects to the node. That's what enables you to be able to participate here. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. So, what is a decentralized finance? Well, decentralized finance is better known as DeFi, is a way to use money or financial services like borrowing, savings, investing, and earning interest without needing a bank or a middleman. Instead, it runs on a secure technology called the blockchain, which allows people like you and I to deal directly with each other using cryptocurrency. Think of it like this. Instead of going through a bank to send money, earn interest, or to get a loan, DeFi lets you and I do it using our phones or our computers. It's faster, cheaper, and often 24/7, and you don't have to ask anyone for permission. You can send as much money as you want. There are no limits. It's money for the people, ladies and gentlemen, run by computer code, not corporations. It is the future of finance that's happening right now that most people know nothing about. So, what is a DAO? A decentralized autonomous organization is like an online community where rules are written in code. Instead of one person making all the decisions, the group decides together using blockchain technology. The rules and decisions are locked into a secure system that can't be changed behind anyone's back. Imagine a club that runs by itself. No managers, no middlemen, just members who vote on the direction of the group. Everything is transparent, it's automated, and it's based on what the majority agrees. We're going to talk about the voting process toward the end of this call because we're voting on something right now, which is very big, which is the world's first privacy stable coin. And that's amazing. You and I are going to be able to participate in the launch of that. We'll talk about that in a moment. And finally, what is a smart contract? A smart contract is like a digital vending machine that runs on the blockchain. You put something in, like money or crypto, and if the right conditions are met, it automatically does what it's programmed to do. No person needed to approve or to run it. It is a self-executing agreement, ladies and gentlemen, built on computer code instead of lawyers. It is trustworthy, it is automatic, and it is tamper-proof. So that brings us to this amazing project called Origin. First thing you need to know that this has a proven track record. The first project that this development team created is called Olympus Ohm, and it has been running successfully for 4 years. We're going to take a look at it in a moment. The current project is called Longinus, LGNS, and it has been running successfully for 16 months. We're going to look at that as well. All this without a CEO, no headquarters, no admin, and yet as of today, ladies and gentlemen, it has a liquidity pool of over $300 million. It has a market cap of over $2.5 billion. $24 million is traded every single day, and there are over 1.5 million wallets attached to this, growing at the rate of 10,000 per day. The contract is verified, is audited by 2 renowned authority, and it is renounced, meaning the developers can't go in, they can't change anything, and they cannot touch the money. Also, you and I can withdraw our entire balance or a part of it, including our deposit, at any time. It'll be in our wallet within seconds. There is no lockdown period. And should you decide to share this with others, and that's completely optional, that's an amazing reward program that's absolutely life-changing. And there are bonus pools where the contract pays out millions of dollars a month, and there's no qualification for you to get in it. All you have to do is make a deposit. All right. All this without any human control or intervention whatsoever. So let's take a closer look. Once you go to the contract, it is origindefi.io. You're going to see that the current treasury balance is over $300 million. This is where the money comes from. It is locked. It has been verified. Nobody can touch it. They cannot run away. So the compound earnings are paid out of this. The rewards are paid out of this. The staking earnings are paid out of this balance, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to the information website. And you can go there yourself anytime you want in the comfort of your home. You simply go to plantofreedom.info. Spell it out, plantofreedom.info. On that website, you're going to see multiple third-party resources to help you do your due diligence and a ton of tutorial videos. So right now, I'm going to go there live right now. Stand by while I change my screen. All right, very good. So you should see right now, Origin LGNS overview video. If you can see it, do me a favor and type a 2 in the chat box. If you can see Origin LGNS on the screen right now. Great, thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. All right, so again, this is the information website, plantofreedom.info. When you go there, there is a complete overview. It's about 50 minutes long. It explains all the various parts of the program in detail. In the interest of time, I'm going to kind of shorten things down, but if you want the full overview, simply go to that video. You can also see the company white paper is here. You can click on that. But what I want to do right now is go to something that was very important to me. Having been in this space for a long time, having seen some bad actors, it's very important to me that we get involved in a project that is real. So how do we know it's real? Well, first of all, Origin has officially passed 2 audits by 2 global authoritative bodies. They audited the smart contract with a fine-tooth comb. That company is called Certec, very expensive to deal with them. And the Treasury, where the money is held, that has been audited by Armors, ladies and gentlemen. And once I knew this, has helped me feel really good, so that I can sleep at night, don't have to worry about some crazy stuff happening down the road. But what I want to do right now is show you some of the contracts that are running right now. As I mentioned, this development team has a 4-year track record. All right, success leaves clues. I want you to see here, the first project is called Olympus, Ohm, O-H-M. Current value is $20.43. It has been running successfully for 4 years. Now, this contract is on the Ethereum blockchain. So if you're familiar with crypto, you know that Bitcoin is number one, most popular cryptocurrency in the world. Ethereum's number two. But the Ethereum blockchain has some challenges. The fees are high and the transactions are slow. So the developers went back to the drawing board to create a better protocol, and they added an amazing referral program should you decide to share this with others. So that is called Longinus, LGNS. All right. And this coin, you can see the current value is $15.66. The value of the coin fluctuates based on the market as people buy and as people sell, which is normal in any market. But I want you to see here the liquidity is over $301 million. This makes it very easy for people to buy and sell this coin. The market cap is over $2.5 billion. That's the number of coins that are in circulation. The number of holders, in other words, wallets that are connected to this, people who are staking, you're looking at over 1.5 million wallets in just 16 months. That's telling you something special is going on here. You can also see the 24-hour volume, over $24 million bought and sold in 24 hours. You can also see here that this was created on March the 6th, 2024. So this is DEX Tools. This is a third-party decentralized exchange. We are live on the internet right now. These are real numbers. Now, when you go back to the information page, you will also see the contract address. See, this is the contract address. It's open source. Anyone can see the numbers that are taking place within this contract. That's one of the interesting things about cryptocurrency. Everything is transparent. But I also want you to see here that the contract address has been verified by another third-party resource called RVAI, right? And I want to go right there so we can take a look at that. So here we are on RVAI. I want you to see all the green checks. So these are very important. First thing you can see, the contract is renounced. What does that mean? They can't go in, they can't change anything. The contract is open source. Anyone can see what's happening in terms of the money. All right? The owners cannot tamper with the balance, ladies and gentlemen. Admin privileges have been abandoned, and the developers cannot take back ownership. This contract literally belongs to the world. Just like Bitcoin belongs to the world, this contract belongs to the world, and that is you and I. But let's go a little further. Let's go ahead and go right into the contract right now. So I hope you've got a pen and a piece of paper and even a calculator, because we're going to do a little math right now. We're talking about money and we're talking about compound interest, the eighth wonder of the world. Everybody should be earning it. All right. So the first thing I want you to see, this specific contract has 671 LGNS staked into this contract. If you put your mouse over this little eye right here, you can see that's about $10,500. So that's how much money this person has deposited here and is staking right now. We're going to take a look at how much money or income that this could provide you if you staked $10,000. How much could it provide you every day? How much could it provide you every single month? Now, by the way, everything I'm going to show you here is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not a guarantee of income. One of the things you need to understand, in every market, prices go up and prices go down. So these numbers are going to fluctuate. And if anybody ever tells you that they're going to give you a guaranteed rate, you need to find out how are they doing that? Because how can you guarantee a rate in a market that's constantly fluctuating up and down, right? Very good. But let's continue on. I want you to see here that the current reward yield is 0.2258, and it's been holding pretty steady for the last 3 days. But I want you to understand here, this pays out this rate every 8 hours. And what does that mean? It compounds on itself. What you earn tomorrow is more than what you earn today. What you earn the day after tomorrow is more than what you earn tomorrow because of the power of compound interest, the eighth wonder of the world. Compound interest can change your life. You can also see the 5-day rate is 3.4415. But let's go a little further. So what I'm going to do here, as I mentioned, we're going to copy the number of LGNS that this person has in their account right now. And we know that the current value of the coin is about $15.66. And so you will multiply the number of LGNS by 1566, and you would see what the US dollar amount is or value is, which we know is about 10,016. So right inside the contract, there is a calculator to help you get some projections. Again, not a guarantee, just basically like an estimate, because these numbers do fluctuate, which is very, very important, which lets you know that this is real. So what would happen in just 7 days? How much money would this account earn in 7 days? Well, it would go from 671 LGNS to 703 LGNS. All right, so let's just do a little bit of basic math. We're going to do 703 minus 671, and that equals 32 LGNS, right? And so this is going from $10,500 to $11,026. So all I'm going to do here is put 32 up here so you can see what the weekly earnings is on this account. That's $525. That's pretty powerful. Wouldn't you agree with that? Absolutely. From $10,525 every week. But let's go a little further. Let's see what this would be over a monthly period. All right. And so it's compounding. And so it's going to be even more. I want you to see here, if we go to 1 month, you start with 671 LGNS, but it grows to 822 LGNS. All right. From 10,500 to 12,882. So again, let's do some math. We're going to do 822 minus 671. All right. That's going to leave us with 151 LGNS. So I'm going to go right here and put in 151 so we can see what the monthly earnings would be. That's $2,897 based on these numbers. That's pretty good for 10K, wouldn't you say? Absolutely. And let's continue. What would happen if this account continued to compound, for example, for an entire 6 months? Let's go ahead and put that original amount up here. All right, I'm going to put that original amount, which is 671. You can see 1 month. You can see 6 months, but I want you to see this. 1 year, that's over 124K. If you let it sit and compound on itself, provided these rates stay the same, this is what your potential earnings would be. I talked about showing you how to generate 6 figures, ladies and gentlemen, to put that down payment on that house or to accomplish any major goal that you have. I just showed you the formula right there. You'd want to get your account up to about 10K. All right. And so if you were saving, putting that in a savings account, well, you'd be lucky if they paid you 1 or 2%. But here, because of the power of compound interest, it could be explosive and absolutely life-changing. So now let's take a look at a few things. Let's look at the minimum deposit. The minimum deposit is $125, ladies and gentlemen. So we want to see how many LGNS that you can get for $125. So we're going to take 125, we're going to divide it by 1566, which is the current value of the coin. So that would be about 8 LGNS. So I'm going to go ahead and put 8 up here. 8 LGNS, and I want you to see in 1 year, that could potentially grow to about $1,400, a little more than $1,400. So if you took your significant other out to a really nice dinner, you probably would spend about $125, maybe more, or something in that area, right? But if you took that and you put it to work over here, that could potentially provide you with about $1,400 or maybe more. That would be an awesome Christmas fund. Wouldn't you agree? All right. But let's go a little further. What about $500? All right. So again, we're going to do some math. All right. We're going to take $500. We're going to divide it by the current value of the coin, 1566, and that's about 32 LGNS. So I'm going to put 32 LGNS up here, and I want you to see that $500 in 1 year compounding at this rate, that's potentially $5,900. All right? It's like a 10-fold increase. I don't know about you. I don't know where else that I could get a 10-fold increase. And of course, this is not a guarantee. Those numbers are going to fluctuate. But let's go a little further. What about $1,000? That'll be about 64 LGNS. Now you're looking at 11,849 based on these numbers. All right, let's go a little further. Let's do 5,000. So I'm going to take 5,000 divided by 1566, and that equals about 320 LGNS. I'm going to put 319. Let's do 319. And you can see in 1 year, that's over 59K. All right. And of course, we already looked at the number for 10,000. We looked at that, but I'm just going to do it again. Multiply this times 2, and that equals 638. And you can see 638, that's over 118K. All right, so extremely powerful. Hopefully you saw how you could supplement your income, replace your weekly earnings, and you also saw how you can attain some serious money to accomplish a major goal. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint here. Now, by the way, something else I wanted to mention to you, is there risk in this platform? Yes. There's risk in everything. When you get up in the morning and you put your feet on the floor, you've got risk throughout your day. This is business. There's risk in everything. So, but one of the things that you could do, and one of the things we like about this, we believe it's minimal risk here, because first of all, you got access to your money at all times. But what could you do to eliminate your risk all the way down to zero? When your account has doubled, you could withdraw the initial deposit. How long would it take for you to do that here? About 90, 95 days, 99, 96 days. You can do the math on that. All right. So that's a strategy that you could employ should you decide to do so. So right now, I'm going to go right back to my PowerPoint because I've got a few more things that I want to share with all of you. All right. So Origin LGNS is not just about staking, ladies and gentlemen. It is a complete ecosystem. There are a ton of things coming, but what's in the works right now is Origin is about to release the world's first privacy stablecoin. So I don't know if you understand what that means. So a privacy coin keeps everything private. They can't see the history of your account. They can't see how much money you sent. They can't see who you sent the money to. If you're dealing with cryptocurrency right now, they can see all of that, right? Now, the number one privacy coin out there right now is called Monero, and it trades for over $300. And the value fluctuates according to the market, right? Well, if there was a privacy coin that was stable, in other words, it was tied to the dollar, right? Whenever you sent money to someone, you know that they get exactly what you sent them. Well, the Monero coin, ladies and gentlemen, has a daily volume of $150 million a day. That's how popular it is. Do you think a privacy stable coin where the value stayed the same and when you sent money to someone, you knew that they got exactly what you sent, the exact amount? You think that might be more popular than the current stable coin? Well, we believe it will be, and it's in the process of happening in this platform right now, as well as a payment system, because right now we're going into phase 2. But what I want to do right now, I've got a little video here that gives us a snapshot of what's happening with this platform. Let's watch this video, and then I have just a couple more things I want to share with you.
Today, the old financial order is fracturing. Trust is expensive. Oversight has turned into overreach. Privacy is vanishing. And the sovereignty of real economies has long been systemically stripped away. But on the blockchain, a new possibility is taking root. It is driven by consensus, forged by protocol, and carried by civilization. We call it the Origin Digital Civilization Trilogy. Origin, Awakening, Eternity. From the first spark to sovereign awakening to protocol eternity, Origin is the path toward digital self-sovereignty for humankind. In a world where everything is programmable, Origin sparked the first institutional fire. The launch of LGNS bond incentives drew participants into a chain-based economic loop, embedding incentive mechanisms and supply-demand logic into protocol code. Lines of code evolved into an early form of economic order. This was the genesis of the crypto world, a foundational layer of civilization forged by a network of believers. The awakening of civilization is not conquest, it is awareness. Once the incentive flywheel turned and the economic core stabilized, Origin entered its second chapter, awakening. Here, sovereignty rises and privacy reclaims its place. Users are no longer passive participants. They become the authors of their own assets, identities, and data destinies. The A-stable currency launches, anchoring value beyond the US dollar. The A-Pay system goes live, enabling borderless, permissionless, unfreezable anonymous payments. LGNS bonds continue to fuel the economy in a closed, sustainable cycle. DAO governance evolves into the signer mechanism, replacing vote thresholds with protocol participation rights. This is the true entrance to the ecosystem. It's a time of application rollout, identity awakening, and sovereign reconstruction. We are no longer users. We are signers of the system, builders of consensus. When the ecosystem begins to self-operate, when the protocol gains evolutionary capacity, Origin enters the third chapter, eternity. This is no longer about growth curves or user counts. It is about sustained coherence, intelligent interaction, and a living, breathing digital civilization. Real-world assets, RWA, are brought on-chain, bridging the arteries of value between the physical and digital worlds. AI and ZK technologies forge a smart, privacy-preserving society. Autonomous metaverses and sovereign identity systems give rise to civilization islands. A protocol world with infinite potential begins to bloom. From the first spark to today's privacy awakening and toward a future of self-evolving digital order, Origin is not just a financial protocol. It is a self-evolving system of on-chain civilization. We now stand in Phase 2, Awakening. This is not merely ecosystem expansion. It is a collective reawakening of sovereign awareness. Detrusting, decentralizing, de-dollarizing. These are not slogans. They are systemic necessities. Origin does more than change how we pay. It awakens a generation's imagination and commitment to digital sovereignty. From ignition to awakening to eternity, this is the trilogy we forged together. This is also the core mission of Origin. To replace authority with contracts, to rebuild order with consensus, and to carry the unfinished dream of human liberty into the age of chain-based civilization. Protocols may evolve, but civilizations endure, and the river of consensus flows ever forward. Origin, the protocol of digital civilization.
Wow, that is a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but it is the future. It's the future that we are living in right now. So we're talking about Phase 2. That's where we are right now. The privacy stablecoin is being developed right now. The mini stage will occur in just a few moments. And of course, there's going to be a payment system associated with it. In Phase 3, we've got the digital decentralized exchange coming out and the decentralized banking protocol, which will allow you to take loans against your cryptocurrency. All right. So now I just want to show you one other thing. Of course, we are voting right now, the DAO vote, and we're voting on the destruction of LGNS. Some of the coins are going to be burned, and which enables us to mint the stable coin A. And of course, you can see most people are supporting it. What you have to do is you have to use one LGNS in order to do this, but you want to do that, just go ahead and go to your menu, scroll down to DAO vote, and you see right there where it says summary. If you scroll down, you can read all about it, all the details. So we've got 3 votes coming up, which are associated with the A coin, coin A or stable coin A. And so you absolutely want to be attuned to that. Make sure you're checking in on the DAO vote tab in your menu. All right. Well, let's finish off. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our webinar schedule. Of course, you know, every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Thursday at 7, that's the call we're on right now, and every Saturday at 12. To get to the webinars, you can simply go to plantofreedom.com. To get to the information page, you go to plantofreedom.info. So here's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen. You want to reach out with the person who invited you on the call. They will answer any questions that were not covered during this overview. We do have training calls from time to time. Once you get plugged in, you'll be made aware of those. And of course, we have recordings of the trainings as well. So reach out to that person. So what do you need to get started here? Well, you need a Web3 wallet. That's MetaMask, Token Pocket, Trust Wallet, or SafePal. You need to download that. You know that you need a minimum of $125 worth of crypto. We happen to use Polygon, but the person who referred you here can help you choose the right Polygon, because you don't want Polygon Ethereum. We don't deal with Ethereum. It's too slow. All right. You want Polygon Matic. And the person who invited you here, they can walk you through that process. Once you have that, reach out to the person who invited you. They'll walk you through the process, show you how to get started. You don't have to figure it out on your own. All right, so listen, that concludes our overview. We hope you found this information informative. Again, reach out to the person who invited you. I like to close with this. The best way to predict your future is to create it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do just that, and let's do it together. Make it a great evening. Goodbye for now. We'll see everybody on Saturday.